The Philadelphia Eagles just sent a clear message to the NFL, and it's not because they took down a not-so-good LA Rams team, but more importantly, it's what this defense does at a consistent level, and it all starts up front, generating pressure on a quarterback, and man, they were able to do that all day long. And where it starts from is Jaylen Carter. This dude is an absolute stud. So all game, not only this game, but for the majority of the season so far, teams have been running these 5-man, 6-man scat protections, sliding the protection to him. So what I mean by that is whenever you have a 5-man scat protection, what you'll see is a man side and a zone side. So what teams do versus the Eagles is slide their offensive line to his side, which double teams center and guard, and then leaves one-on-ones everywhere else. Not only does that help out his teammates, because think about it, everybody's getting one-on-ones unless they block a tight end or chip a tight end or block a running back. Other than that, they're getting one-on-ones everywhere. So watch this play here by Jaylen Carter. He is going to throw the center into the guard, get right in there, right? And we back this up just a second. The goal here is to send Jaylen Carter up that A gap, right? And then have Milton Williams swing around, right? Because the goal is they're going to double team. This guard and center are going to combo block Jaylen Carter. If we can swing around the edge, we're going to get an open lane to the quarterback. So boom, swings right in there, gets initial pressure on the quarterback, forces him to step up into the lane of Milton Williams, who is then able to force a fumble. I do believe that the Rams dive on it, but man, Jaylen Carter is a difference maker, one of the best interior rushers that I've seen in a long time at this age. It doesn't even make sense to me, right? You could talk about Dexter Lawrence, you could talk about Chris Jones, but Jaylen Carter is the future of the NFL when we talk about interior defensive linemen that can get to the quarterback. This dude is unreal. So what I wanted to do in this video was kind of break down this game, show you exactly how the Eagles were dominating the LA Rams. Now, before we dive into the video, if you guys want a part 2 to this video tomorrow with the all 22 coaches film, do me a big favor, hit the like button. Guys, if we get over 600 likes on this video, expect an Eagles video with the all 22 coaches film tomorrow. With that being said, let's dive into the video. All right, here's another insane play. So what we're going to see is the linebacker come up. He's going to reach the point of attack, which slowly, forces the center to watch it just for a second, throws him off his path of double teaming. Once again, right, you talk about that 5-man slide protection to the right side here, man to man, over to the left with the hedge or a chip with the tight end as well, right? You talk about that, but when you insert a blitzing linebacker up that middle, right, reaches that point of attack, Nakobe Dean backs into his zone, slows the center's job or ability to get over to Jaylen Carter. Now watch this. Jaylen, his job here is to swing into this right tackle, right, allowing Brandon Graham to fly off the edge here. Again, another thing that Jaylen Carter does amazingly. Boom. Look at Brandon Graham have an unbelievable sack off this edge. And again, you put 2 guys on Jaylen Carter, you still can't stop him. You still can't stop him, man. Let's go. I get a little pumped up watching the Eagles because of how good this defensive line is, and not just the defense, but the secondary as well. I mean, look at Jaylen Carter, look at Brandon Graham, these guys, Josh Sweat. How do you not love watching the Eagles play football? As you know, specifically defensively, I love watching them. Offensively, now with Saquon, they're even more fun to watch, but man, I'm telling you right now, this dude, Jaylen Carter, he's different. Look at this. He's not real. Let's swing it over to the offense real quick. We have a beautiful route here. We're going to stagger, fake like we're going to go over the middle, and then we're going to get this little corner to that left pylon. Then we're going to get like a dig or an in or a slant over the middle of the field, trying to get these 2 DBs to kind of cross each other's paths. But I want to showcase you this route, more importantly, by A.J. Brown. He's going to get to the top. He's going to plant all that body weight into that right leg and snap his head. Now, what that does is force his DB to kind of overcommit here. In a second, you're going to see him actually hop step, right? Hop step into the in route, right? Boom, right? You see that little hop by the DB. Let's watch it one more time here. Boom. Hops over to the middle. Now you got that outside leverage. Now, best thing we can do here is get Jahan Dotson underneath A.J. Brown, forcing him to go that way, and potentially running into each other in this man-to-man coverage. Boom, beautiful route. And look at this throw. On the money, right where his wide receiver, A.J. Brown, needs it. Absolutely love it. Love it. Now, before we get any further into the video, I have a couple more plays that I really wanted to break down. Do me a big time favor. Hit the like button if you want more Eagles videos. Obviously, I want to cover the Eagles all year, but only if you guys want to see it. The way you can, tell me that is hitting the like button or commenting down part 2. More importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And like I said, Eagles videos all year. Offense, defense, individual player breakdown for the entirety of the season, even post-game breakdowns, right? Just like this. So if you want more of these type of Eagles videos, let me know in the comments and join the family. Oh, what a route, man. What a route. I could watch this all day. Look at this stagger. Boom. Plant that right foot. Oh, that is dirty. Dirty move there by A.J. Brown. That's why he's one of the best receivers in the NFL. They didn't even have Devontae Smith in this game. Let's take that into consideration. They were dominant in that second half. Let's get right back into the video. All right, let's talk about it again, man. I know. Now, listen. This wasn't supposed to be a Jaylen Carter video, but it's getting to the point where you're either amazed with what he's doing or you don't understand football. And again, the one thing you search for in a defensive lineman is the ability to draw attention. And Jaylen Carter has all of that. Again, you're going to see a slide protection to his side. Every single team in the NFL is sliding protection in Jaylen Carter's way or direction, right? Because they don't want him one-on-one with anybody, right? But what that does is allow you to have one-on-ones everywhere else, including Milton Williams, who had a big day because of Jaylen Carter. Now, give all the credit in the world to Milton Williams. He had a big day, but none of that happens without Jaylen Carter. Okay, so boom, we get the slide protection, the center and the guard, both of them staring down Jaylen Carter, right? So he's going to initiate the double team, but what do we see here? We see one-on-ones to the top, the bottom, and to the bottom here with Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, all these guys, Milton Williams, Brandon Graham, all one-on-ones everywhere because of that double team up top. Look at Milton Williams, pushes his guy back. Let's go, right? Love that. And then secures his second sack of the game, or I believe this was actually his first sack of the game. But still, man, you gotta love it. You gotta love the tenacity. I want to give a big shout out to Cooper DeJean. He had a big play today, and I'll watch that one in a second. But man, you look up and down this defense. They're young, they're hungry, they're talented, and they're gonna be good for a very, very long time. Get into the next one. All right, here's an interesting one. Now, I do want to see Cooper DeJean turn his head a little bit here, so we're gonna have Cooper DeJean right here. This is interesting because pre-snap, what you'll notice is Puka Nacua is on the outside of Tutu Atwell, right? So what's supposed to happen here is you're going to have an outside DB who we can't really see with the All-22 coach film. We'll be able to see it a little bit better. But initially, Cooper's supposed to take the inside guy. So if Tutu Atwell ran an in and then we had a higher in, Cooper DeJean would be responsible for Tutu Atwell, right? So what confuses young DBs is when they crisscross last second and then run their routes, right? So right there, I thought they did a really good, or Cooper DeJean at the point of attack pressed up, right? Did a really good job understanding that coverage. And now we have this out. I think he does a really good job sticking hip to hip, basically staying within this route the entire time. Now, the one thing I would say was I want him to snap his head around, but man, how are you supposed to do it, right? I think he does a really good job reading Puka's eyes and his body language. Once he sees that Puka, boom, goes up, looks for the football, he says, all right, I got to get my arms up, and not really initiating too much contact, but still getting a PBU here. That is incredible here by Cooper DeJean. I thought this was an A+ type of play. Again, I would like him to snap his head around, but you don't have time for that in some of these cases. And this is one of those times where it's super hard to, right when you're, chasing Puka, how are you supposed to turn your head around, right? I get that. I'm not a football player. Cooper DeJean is an absolute dog, and I want to give him all the credit in the world because this dude is lighting it up out here, man. This dude is an animal. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jordan Davis, Jaylen Carter. Who else? Blankenship has been good. Nolan Smith, the Kobe Dean. And you talk about the young talent of this football team. This team's going to be good for a long time, I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to end the video here. Reason being is I want to save the majority of the film for the All-22 Coaches film. Do me a big-time favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join the family. Turn on post notifications. And with that being said, I'll see you in tomorrow's update if we get enough likes. Peace.